How y'all doing? It's a Tuesday. It's Box Box Goss. It's a Tuesday. It's Box Box Goss. Hey! Welcome back, everyone, for our third, because I can count, episode of Box Box Goss. Do we need to do introductions, girls? Yeah?
We have one viewer. I think they know our names.
Yay! We love you to that one viewer. God bless you. Welcome. We're happy to be here anyway. But welcome back to Box Box Goss. This is a show where we talk about all things Formula One. And today we're going to be talking about the Portuguese Grand Prix. I don't know how to say it in Portuguese. I think a say will be better at the pronunciation. Yes, ma'am. The roller coaster. It's gonna be very, very lit. But to start off, we got a little bit of news to get into everything. We just want to acknowledge that this weekend marks the anniversary of the passing of Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna. It's like one of the saddest episodes or like the periods of Formula One, honestly. So we just want to acknowledge that and that they're missed, as always. But we will never forget them. But we also wanted to talk about a new development that just happened. Apparently, Liberty, I guess, the parent company of Formula One, Liberty Media. I have no idea but they're American. So, Afi, your people.
Yeah, no, they are American. They are.
They're American.
Before that, it was Bernie Ecclestone who owned Formula One.
Next, this is boring me. What about this?
Anyway, spring qualifying is starting, ladies. And I think there are a couple of races on the calendar. I think Silverstone is actually one, which will be fun, where spring qualifying is going to be in place this weekend. And we have this lovely little handy dandy chart to explain what it is. So apparently in a weekend, qualifying, I think, gets cut down.
Oh, sorry. That looks clean. That looks so good, Sadam.
Oh!
With your OBS mastering this thing. Good job. Okay, sorry. Okay, continue.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I mean, it didn't all take me all of 2 hours for me to figure this out. Anyway, spring qualifying weekend works where there is, funny enough, practice and qualifying. Qualifying gets splits up. I don't know how this works. I'm just going to read off the graphic because that's the best I can do. So there is a practice one, still 60 minutes, which is great. There is a qualifying, which will determine the grid format for the sprint qualifying. And then there is another practice on Saturday. Then there's sprint qualifying, which, what? My glasses. 100-kilometer race sets the grid for Sunday's Grand Prix, and then it's a normal Grand Prix race on Sunday. I think this is going to make Friday more exciting and more people are going to actually come in and watch shit on Friday.
It's not a bad idea. I just looking at it, I think about it and I think, okay, then it's Formula One trying to be Formula 2 in some senses. It's like...
I don't think so. I think they're just doing this so that more people come and view practices. Because nobody watches practices.
No.
Like, I can tell you, like, in my friend group, in the friend group that does F1 Fantasy, we only look at the results knowing who to pick for our thing, for our teams. That's the only reason why we use it.
I mean, even for me personally, I completely forget that Friday is actually a part of the weekend. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just about to say, in some senses, Friday practices in the before times, I wouldn't watch it just because I'm at work or I'm at school. So it's like, but I see where your friends are coming from. Sometimes it can be a little bit mundane, except when there are times where people from F2 come in. That's exciting.
I mean, I just don't watch. I don't watch it because I'm bored. I mean, like, it's a practice, right? Like, they're supposed to be practicing for qualifying and to see how their pace is going to work on this track. And I don't really care. I mean, you kind of already know going into each race who's going to perform well and who isn't. I mean, some tracks are better suited to some cars. So I don't really care much for form practice. But I think now I'm going to probably when this what's the first race that has this? It's not the British Grand Prix. Is it Spain? It's not Spain.
It's not Spain. I think it's Silverstone that actually has it first.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so like I'm always interested in Silverstone. I think but I'm probably going to end up, tuning in on Friday just so I can see qualifying happen and then watch on Saturday to see how sprint qualifying works. And then we're going to all come in on Sunday or Saturday or whatever, and we'll all bitch about it and moan about how it's either really terrible and no, we're just going to bitch about it. No one's going to like it.
I mean, I'm willing to see if you guys are.
I don't know. I just think, like, we already know who the fastest car on the grid is going to be, so it's just another opportunity for Mercedes to take the pole and take a 1-2. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Really? You people think that there's going to be cars that are faster? I don't know. I mean, well, okay, fine. Let me put it this way. This is going to be an opportunity for Mercedes and Hamilton to show that they're just going to take the first race and things like that. That being said, Bottas did get fastest lap last race. We'll discuss that later.
Cool, he drove the car. So.
Really? Is that where you want to go?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's sprint qualifying, guys. Final thoughts on this before we move on to the actual race?
Don't really care. Hope it will be something really interesting. Like, I'll try and watch this one to see how it really goes, but at the moment, don't really give a shit.
I mean, I'm ready to be proven wrong. Like, nowadays, I just find watching practice and qualifying in as much as it is a crystal ball into how things will go. It's also just a very soothing time after decompressing. Taking a break, decompressing from tough stuff and from dealing with some tough figuring things out. It's cool. So it's like
cool. So with what?
No, I said nice.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, with that, let's get into the Portuguese Grand Prix. Just so that you guys know, we did have a host lined up, but unfortunately he couldn't make it today. But we send out love, and we can't wait to have him on. He is so sweet, and like I'm so excited. To have him on board. So we'll see you soon. But let's just get into it with some facts. Now, guys, I've got to be honest with you. Should I be honest with people? With that person?
Please.
Be honest with the one person who's watching.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with the one person that's watching. We have a rule for this show where we always have to watch the Grand Prix, at least the race before the show, right? I did not watch.
Just.
I am a... I know. But in my defense, I was in NASCAR country.
For shame.
I was in NASCAR country.
I mean,
hello everybody. We will be looking for a new host for Box Box.
Oh!
I mean, when in Rome, you gotta do what the Romans do.
Thank you. You know what?
You didn't really miss much, honestly.
Affy, you know what? I didn't hear what you said, but I heard that it sounded snarky. And also, it's your country too.
Yes, it is your country, Affy.
Anyway, I think I'm back! So I have upset one of our hosts. I take back my comment previously.
I'm going to talk to her. I'll be right back.
Wait, where are you all going? So this doesn't happen. So to our one viewer currently on the thing, this doesn't
me for like no reason. Like I don't even do anything to this family, but yeah, you can still bully me. Just because I'm the youngest doesn't even mean anything. Like I didn't even mean anything by it. It was NASCAR country. And what else about it? What else about it? She was supposed to get these. What else about it? I didn't even do anything wrong with someone. You guys were attacking me for nothing. You guys were attacking me for nothing.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Can we all go back to our places, please? This is live. What's wrong with you?
Don't bully me.
This is not bullying you. We're just stating fact. But we love you anyway. And we hope you enjoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, lady or gentleman, or if you don't identify by either one, it's cool. That usually happens in our household. We're sorry. But we love each other and it's great. And NASCAR's country is not as Fishika's country, but I was there over the weekend and I unfortunately was only able to catch the highlights. But according to my sisters, apparently this race was boring. And it seems pretty boring, to be honest. I mean, let's discuss results. So, qualifying, it was Bottas, Hamilton, and Verstappen. So, congratulations. Mercedes finally got its first 1-2 of the season. Should happen like 2 races ago.
I mean, it's good to... I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's good to see Bottas finally getting some gumption, getting into now after... I'm sure he had a heart-to-heart with Toto Wolff about it. His performance.
Oh my God, it was heart-to-heart. Toto will throw hard tires at Bottas so Bottas would actually learn how to drive a car. It's just steering, my guy.
That's the heart-to-heart, Affy.
It's hard to hard. No heart-to-heart.
Well, I mean, Bottas looked like he was coming to play today. And then I'm just also gently looking up the rest of the findings also from this weekend because I just think it was kind of interesting, and I'm gonna try and see if I can make this as clean as I did before. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, I did. Anyway.
Nice.
So here's the standings just so that everyone can see. But yeah, I find it interesting. I'm also very impressed with Perez. 4th is impressive. And Lando still proving that he's probably the top driver at McLaren. I'm just going to say 5th for qualifying. So like I think it was a pretty good and decent like showing out of everyone. I'm impressed. I really, really, really am. You know, I just also want to mention that aside from all the controversy off this thing, like not surrounding Formula One, there really are 19 drivers on this grid. Truly, honestly, like it's just really disgraceful. Oh, this is actually the race result. Ha! I just spoiled it for y'all. Anyway, getting into this race result right now. So it is Lewis Hamilton taking home the win and increasing his lead in the Drivers' Championship, which is so nice because the 1 point was giving me heart palpitations. It's 2nd for Verstappen and 3rd for Bottas. Ladies.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched a bit of the race. How did Bottas let these people overtake him like that? What's wrong with him?
It was the pit stops. And also Bottas sucks.
No, but he let the overtakes happen before his like disastrous pit stop. Well, by the way, Mercedes need to probably sack those people and try and pinch them from Red Bull. I'm not even kidding.
KFC faster than they pit stop. Finish. 2 seconds and outs. What is this 3.3 business?
It was like really, 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 really bad. I was shocked at how bad this was. It was, I don't know what it is about that team and like just not being able to nail like what's it called pit stops like that. Like it was 3.3 seconds. Like who does that? Like that's good for like AlphaTauri. That's good for like Alfa Romeo. Like that's not good. You should be under 3 seconds at least with a pit stop. Like come on, people. So I mean, I just think that like Mercedes done fucked up and fucked over Bottas. Also, I was reading an article, and I don't want to overtake the conversation, but I was reading an article. Apparently, Toto Wolff. What did you say?
Wolf. What did you say?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's my
button?
button?
That's 50 way. You just said wolf, so bark.
Fine, I will let you have it. Anyway, but Toto Wolff was apparently in Bottas's ear quite a fair bit for the radio communications, and he said he might not do that again. That might have spooked him.
I mean,
yeah.
It spooked him. It spooked him.
I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe, like, you know, having your boss in your ear, like, when you're trying to, like, do your job, that doesn't help with stuff, right?
No, it doesn't help. I can tell you that Verstappen has done this where Christian Horner is bitching in his ear as well. So I don't really want to hear it.
Yeah, but
how come? I don't really want to hear it. Bottas has been an experienced driver in this sport for almost, like, even more than 5 years at this point. He should be doing better. He should be doing better.
I feel like it's longer than 5 years.
Yeah, more than 5 years. He should be doing better if you're intimidated by your boss. And Toto Wolff of all bosses, like, yeah, he's tall and German. Stop!
I'm sorry, I love that song.
It's time. It was time. It was time. You were leaning over the precipice as soon as I said wolf. As soon as you said wolf. Thirsty.
Even with you shouldn't be intimidated by your team principal at that point. 7 years, almost more than 5 years. Come on, pick it up, dude.
I mean, sometimes dealing with your team principal can be really.
Oh no!
Just like you want to impress your boss.
You do want
to impress him.
No, but you can't impress him. Like Lewis Hamilton doesn't have Toto Wolff in his ear the entire time.
But if he did, I'm sure that Lewis Hamilton would do the same.
I don't know. I think Toto may have had a point. I mean that. Toto's scary. He's not even just like your boss. He's the CEO of the whole damn company. Like,
and he has a 30%. He has a 33% stake in Mercedes and G Petronas. Mm-hmm. He can. I don't want to mess up in front of him. In fact, if I don't want to be the one tweet something wrong about Toto, and then he sees it, and I'm like, I'll just start crying. Start crying like right there. Like literally crying.
If you can't handle the pressure of your boss being in your ear, don't drive.
Okay, Effie.
Thank you.
We'll remember that later down the line. I also want to like take us back to like this real result really quickly. And Perez actually, and sorry guys, when I was talking about qualifying and showing you like the race results, I totally blew the story for you. So my apologies. But here's the race results. And Perez kept his fourth place start and held on to it the entire time and got driver of the day. Like, wow, this kid. He's not a kid. He's not. I know he's not a kid, but this guy's going places. Like, I'm
Yes.
so proud of Checo. Like, I am, like, my heart is warm and fuzzy when I think about him and his progress and how much he's had to hustle. And he's only got a 1-year contract.
If Red Bull knew what was good for them, they would renew for a second-year contract.
No, I think they need to wait a bit. I'm not saying that I don't have faith in Checo or anything, but I think they should wait small because we're in the 3rd race of the season.
I know.
Second, even.
I know, but I'm impressed by what he's been able to do so far this season. He's already been driver of the day twice.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying, but I'm just trying to give all the drivers except for Bottas the benefit of the doubt. Because when it comes to Checo, first of all, he's in a bullet of a car compared to the Racing Point last season. So I'm very proud of Checo, and I'm not coming to say it's just the car, but remember how Albon had a really bad half of the season,
Yes.
and then had a really good half of the season. I just don't want that to happen to Checo. Opposite though.
Okay.
Flipped. That's why I want to wait small. Not saying that he can't do it. He can do it, but like, let's wait. I'm still proud of him. I'm very proud. My Catholic driver.
All of them are Catholic. Like, a good half of the grid is Catholic. I'm not.
Oh, please.
I'm not even fronting with you. I mean, like, look at the grid. It's Perez, it's Leclerc, it's Ocon, it's Alonso, it's Gasly, it's Sainz, it's Giovinazzi, it's Hey, is that it?
I think Hamilton's also Catholic too.
Who? Wow, and I think we just broke Effie. We broke her. We broke Effie. She is.
Toto's Catholic.
Toto's Catholic?
Wait. It's Toto Catholic.
But
I think Lewis Hamilton was Catholic too.
No, Lewis Hamilton's like charismatic Christian. Okay, we could talk about this at another point in time. Okay, we can talk about everyone's religious affiliations later. But I'm just saying that's like I've been really impressed with Perez. I also like kind of want to touch base on Vettel.
Oh, Vettel.
I know I said this last race, but I'm going to say it again because I feel like it's worth being said. I'm a little concerned about him.
I'm concerned. I agree.
I mean, Vettel did have a good result in qualifying. He made it into Q3, but then at the same time, it's like.
But can I just add that Lance has been able to get into Q3 for a while, okay? And not Bottas. But Lance has been able to get into Q3 quite a fair bit. Lance got extremely unlucky during qualifying. I don't really remember. I don't know if it was a pit issue. I don't really remember what the issue was. But Lance got super, super unlucky. So if we could just take that unluck out, it would be great. Like I think Stroll may even be able to outplace Vettel the next time.
I believe that for him. I really, really do. But like, I mean, he dropped places, right? So I'm taking a look again. He ended up finishing in 13th, and he was 10th. Like, yeah, great. He made it into Q3, but like, he was 10th, and he couldn't even keep 10th place. He got to 3rd. So,
where was Stroll?
Huh?
Where was Stroll at the end of the race?
14th.
And where did he start?
I think it was in Q2. Let me check. He was 17th. So he gained 3 places.
He gained places, and then Vettel, who's an extremely more experienced driver, to Stroll, baby Stroll, again, paid driver, who skipped F2, 3 and 2. I think he jumped from F4 straight to F1, I'm pretty sure. He jumped. He skipped a couple, though. Is able to outplace is able to gain more places than an experienced driver. Not just an experienced driver, a world champion in the same car. That's not good. Not good at all. But
It's not good. And I also would like to point out that the whole 5 of Aston Martin's points has come from one driver. Guess which one? Yeah.
That's why. Never mind. We'll press the button. It's fine.
Yes, I will press the button. So thank you for keeping your mouth in check. What's it called? Yeah. So like, you know, I'm a little nervous about Vettel, but you know, I don't know what else to say about that. And also another driver I'm a little concerned about. I talked about him briefly on the last show. Ricciardo.
Why?
Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo did not have a good race.
They fucked him over with the pit stop.
Oh, really?
They totally screwed him over. I can say from the group chat that bless you. From the group chat that I'm on F1, one of the people on it was saying that they totally screwed Danny over by the timing of when he went in, even though either he went in too early or too late.
Yeah, I mean,
it totally screwed him over because he didn't have enough gap time between other cars to come out in the same place as he was. So it totally screwed him over. At this moment in time, McLaren has been screwing Danny over. In the first race, they allowed Norris to come in front of him. In the second race, they messed up the pit stop.
And you know, like, you have to think about it. You know, I think, like, in the last season, Lando and Sainz, I think, were so evenly matched that they really couldn't play, like, too deep of favorites with either one of them. They just had to wait and see what the result would be. Now, I feel like Ricciardo is the more experienced driver, and so he's the better driver, so they're going to probably give Lando a little bit more of a nudge, just so, like, he can, like, you know, do a bit better. And I think they're giving him too much of a nudge. Also, he's like Zach Brown's baby.
Lando.
Yeah. Like,
but I think one really big issue in this sport is just the favoritism between drivers. Like, it's honestly awful. Mercedes is always Hamilton over Bottas, for good reason, though. For Red Bull, it's always Verstappen over the B driver. They've changed their B drivers so many times I can't even think. For Aston Martin, this one is confusing. Sometimes it's Stroll, sometimes it's not. Because sometimes it's Stroll, sometimes it's not. The only reason why I'm bringing up Stroll is because his dad owns the thing.
Sure, Jan. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's a part of Formula One. In addition to having a favoritism problem, there's also teammate rivalries. Like, every driver is going to look to their teammate to try and beat them. It gets so bad at points that if you find a driver with your teammate that you actually bond with, it's a very rare thing. I'm not trying to read anything into their relationship, but it's at the same time, it's, just adding some more context.
In the sense as we've seen the friendship that Verstappen and Hamilton have, which is like something you wouldn't even expect from like two of the top tier drivers. We've also seen the friendship that's it. That's really all I can think of. Never mind.
That's all you got. No, but like, it's actually kind of interesting because it was a similar vibe with like Red Bull. I mean, Verstappen and like Ricciardo are actually really good friends. And then like before then, I think like it was Mark Webber and Ricciardo. No, they were never together at the same time. I lied. But like, you know, like
also
Mark Webber and Vettel. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry, I wanted to point that out. Like Red Bull has had really good partnerships over the years. And I understand why drivers look to their teammate as a big rival, because that is the closest comparison that they have. And we do that on the show. We compare the two drivers against each other because they should be in the same equipment and they should be working the same car. So it's going to come down to the talent. And in some teams, you can tell some teams have more talented drivers than others. So you're probably going to peg your heavy strategy on one driver over another to get the maximum amount of points that you need to get. Example, Mercedes.
Yeah. And also, Mercedes was home to one very fierce rivalry as well too. Who can ever forget Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? And that was bad. In fact,
now we're seeing Rosberg giving boat tours and let me unbox my yacht on YouTube. That's what he's doing now. Rosberg is really living his best life with all of his F1 money that he's made. But also regarding this race, I think it was during qualifying. No, it was after the race. Rosberg actually said, just regarding the entire race, he said that Verstappen is starting to actually see how good Hamilton is, which I disagree with. I think everyone knew that Hamilton was a good driver because he's a bloody 7-time world champion. Like, how do you think like that? But I think that's more of a reflection on what Rosberg thinks of Hamilton.
But then at the same time, actually I was watching the race. I mean, me and Afi, we were watching the race together, and I was observing Nico Rosberg's commentary. He did a phenomenal job. Like, the insights he had is like, man is coming in with the tea. He can tell us everything. Like, yeah, he was good.
I mean,
I thought he was a good commentator.
Why are you making your faces like faces?
I just don't, when it comes to Nico Rosberg, I just don't agree. I don't know. First of all, I think I was in therapy during the years that Nico Rosberg and Hamilton were racing. I'm not even kidding. It was a stressful time because, I think back to, I think Spain 2016 or something like that, both of them crushing each other out. Hey, I've never seen a Niki Lauda more upset in his old age and his red cap. Hey, I wanted to be in that room. I did not want to be in that room. It was literally the room where it happens.
I want to be in the room where it happens. The room where it happens. The room where it happens. I want to be in the room where it happens. I'm sorry, I want to be in the room where it happens.
I want to be in the room where it happens.
That's one of those things that I wish I could sit and be a fly on the wall in.
Yeah, that was the one time. But anyway, I'm just thinking back to that, like I did not enjoy that rivalry. And it also made it sadder because they were both best friends and they came up in the sport together. And I think Rosberg quitting right as he won the Drivers' Championship was... And if there are Rosberg fans out here, don't hate me, but I think it's a little cowardly. Defend it. Defend your title. Like, why are you quitting? Why are you stopping? Defend it. And I think a part of it, there's a level of bravery that he had. I say cowardly, but then I have a little bit of respect for him in the sense that there is bravery in knowing when to stop and knowing where to knowing where to stop and knowing that okay, I've done it. I've reached the pinnacle of the sport. I can rest now. That's a really brave and deep thing. But I feel that but with that, I also feel like now he's going off of, the fact that, I'm the only guy that can beat, Hamilton. Not really. No. Hamilton I think Hamilton won more races that season. But then he also did not finish. Or did not get any points, I think, or scored points a lot that season too. So I think he was just, yes, Rosberg was the more consistent driver, but I don't necessarily think Rosberg is better than Hamilton. And I take everything basically that he says about him with a grain of salt. So I disagree with that. I agree with Afi. I disagree with that comment. I think Verstappen has always had a very healthy respect for Lewis Hamilton, and you can see it not just from this race, not from the last 2 races, not from even the last season, but from season he has respected Hamilton for a really long time. And I think that's not a fair assessment of Verstappen whatsoever. So.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that. Sorry, I agree with that. Apologies for being disrespectful. No, I see that. I think Verstappen has a very healthy a lot of respect for Lewis Hamilton as well too. I think I want to backtrack from my comments as well.
No, don't backtrack. It was what you said was valid, and what Rosberg can say is valid. I'm just saying that for me personally, I don't take, with him, I take everything with a grain of salt. I'm not like.
And again, I say, like, with our comments, we've never driven, like, F1 cars. We've never competed in go-karting. Last time I competed in go-karting, I crashed in every single wall that I was inside of. It was awesome. Kidzania, if you guys are ever in Jakarta, please go to Kidzania. Best experience you ever have. But yes, I did crash multiple times. But, like, just in the sense as, like, we've never competed with Hamilton. We don't know. From his perspective, Rosberg's perspective, it's valid. It can be, we can think it's wrong, though. So, your comment was valid. Don't backtrack.
Don't backtrack. I mean, again, remember our tagline. We're just three girls bitching about F1. We know jack shit. We have never driven in an F1 car. We have never been to any of the Grand Prix, except for one of our family members has, which I hope to have him on the show really soon. Fingers crossed.
Have you asked?
I will, eventually. When...
Yeah, let's pop off. Do it.
I will. Anyway, but yeah, I just think, you know, like, we don't also, I don't know, I just think, like, I think it's just, I don't think people are giving Verstappen enough credit about when it comes to his respect for Hamilton.
Yeah. Yep. Super drive.
I think
Let's start wrapping up, because this time we'll finally be on time on how much time we spent on this race for a bloody podcast. So the two people who are still here, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
The total people who were here, also thank you for jumping in. I think we're gonna start to wrap up. But yeah, it was a really boring race, but it was a nice race for Mercedes and Hamilton fans, and even Verstappen fans. You guys should be proud of your man too. Yes. Even Mercedes fans, you guys should be for Mercedes and Red Bull fans. You guys should be proud. For all of the people who have Red Bull, McLaren, and Mercedes as your constructors in F1 Fantasy, first of all, how? It's expensive, so please let me know. And also, I hope you guys did really well in your rankings and how many points you got from the race week. I don't know if you guys remember, but last week I was placed number 10 in my league. Now I'm number 7. Stop.
Afi, don't you have Red Bull as your constructors in the drivers in the fantasy league?
McLaren.
You have McLaren. Oh, but you're not doing badly. They're third.
Huh?
They're third.
Yeah, they're third.
So it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. They're just expensive, so that's it. I think to wrap up, we're going to give you a little bit of our own analysis and what we look forward to see. And yeah, I think then we'll be done. Shall we?
Go for it. You start us off.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see Lance Stroll do really well in the next. Please.
Where is it? Play. Hey, yeah, cry. My thing won't play. My thing.
Well.
Uh-huh.
It's because you people don't have crushes on anyone in the sports.
Who is there, aside from Lewis Hamilton, who is there is cute? Anyway, continue.
I mean, roll. It's enough. Don't press the button. It's enough. It's enough! We must finish quickly. I'm really excited to see next race. I'm really excited to see what McLaren has in plan. I want to see Vettel improve. Yeah. Someone just said that Daniel Ricciardo is quite cute. I don't know. That is true. Daniel Ricciardo.
For that person. He is actually very cute, but we will do that just for you guys. That is very true. That is very true. Thank you to that viewer. We appreciate you. And congratulations for being the first viewer to have the sub button be given to you. Anyway, Afia, you done?
No. I'm really excited to see Aston Martin's strategy, also to see who will come forward. I'm excited to see Vettel's point. Finally gets a point. That's what I'm ready for. Other than that, constructors, let's keep it the way it is. I like the way it is at the moment. Let's also keep championship the way it is, because Hamilton can get his 8th championship and then he can leave and then we can have more competition. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, Essay, take us home.
I mean, it's Spain. I'm sorry to the Spanish fans, but it can be a lackluster track. It's just there. It's like, pues de nada. And it's, I'm sorry, I'm going to say something nice about Spain. I am looking forward to. I got nothing.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I'm with the say. I don't expect much out of this race, to be honest. Spain's gonna be boring. I wish they should have actually put the sprint qualifying thing for Spain, because I think that might have livened things up a little bit. But like, I don't think we're gonna expect much of a change in the standings. Though it actually is kind of nice, because we've had 2 really exciting opener races. I think we now need to like calm down. And then I think after that is, it's Monaco after that, right?
Yeah.
Oh no. So it's gonna be a quiet couple of races coming up, isn't it? Like, it's not gonna really be exciting until like Silverstone or Azerbaijan. Well,
yeah.
I mean, Azerbaijan can be fun sometimes. I mean, there was the one where Red Bull took both its drivers out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Also, that's Ricardo's favorite track, either least favorite or favorite track. So it's gonna be exciting to see.
Yeah, but I know the drivers don't like Monaco at all, and I agree, because I mean, I like Monaco because like it's Monaco. You sip champagne on a yacht and like live your best James Hunt fantasy. But like
Ricardo Simper also said that, Sedem, come on, Monaco is going to be pretty interesting.
Monaco will be interesting for one reason and for one person only, because I am very concerned about the safety of all the drivers because of that one driver who I will not name, who continues to not finish a Grand Prix weekend without an incident. So yes, it will be interesting. You are absolutely right. Thank you. But like, but I'm concerned about safety wise. That's gonna be the thing about it. But yeah, Monaco's gonna be great, but like, it's hard to overtake in Monaco, so I don't know, especially with how wide the cars are now. So I'm not sure how it's gonna work out. But yeah, I'm not expecting much from Spain. I'm probably gonna like sip a Bellini while watching, because what's gonna happen? I don't know. But anyway, well, girls, that's it. And we hope to have, I think we're going to have 2 guests to make up for the no guest that we had this week. So we're continuing with the doubleheader fun. We're going into Spain. I know we're not like uber excited about it, but hey, it's Formula One. It's here. We're here. It's fantastic. Let's get it on. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, guys. We appreciate the love and support, as we love you all. We love you, our very small pit crew. But yeah, we'll talk to you next week for how do I say it? Catalonia. When we're in Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix. Take care, everyone. Love you loads. Bye.
Bye-bye.